formation lap of the round 20 Friday night racing for Rayners Racing League. So sitting on pole we have F1 Farf, followed by that guy Draper, followed by Rocker, Stead 6, Carter P, Quad Duty, Jason Woodhouse, Apex, Rayner, LH44 in 10th, Harris, Thomas, Iron Knight, The Maverick, Cairo, Benjamin Cardiff, Nismo, Heffy, Correct Savant and Bagos. So I'll talk more about the circuit, but the race is just about to start. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out. And away we go. So F1 Farf with a good start so far. We're going to be watching the position change. Stay carefully on the first lap. The Stead 2 has just automatically jumped straight into second as they come into turn 1. Nice tight right-hander followed by left-hander and right-hander. And everybody's jostling for positions. A 5-second penalty for Harris for a severe collision with Carter P. Well, that sounds a little bit... Oh, and we've got another 5-second penalty for Nismo with a collision with Iron Knight. Few collisions here, guys. Let's see if we can clean this up. But as we go into the hairpin at the top end of the course, and it's still far by Stead. That guy Draper, Quad Duty in 4th. That's another 2 places Quad Duty has jumped. Biggest mover so far is Nismo, who's jumped 4 places. He's sitting in 13th. And the pack is quite tight. Still, there's not many gaps opening up yet. So we're coming down the back straight now with Farf. Coming into the stadium section. This is the most technical part of the course. Around the final bend and onto the home straight. A nice clean first lap by Farf. So the tyres, we've got Farf who's actually sitting on mediums, so is Thomas and Correct Savant. All the rest apart from Iron Knight and the Maverick are all on softs. So we've got different types of tyre strategies on today. And as we're here seeing that there is the usual glitch of the F1 esports where times are getting jostled around. And we have Carter P and Rayner in the pits. This will be front wing damage from them. There'll be slight collisions, just sorting that out and getting back out in there. Let's see where they pop out. And we're looking at LH44, who's behind by 30 seconds, according to our system. And Harris picking up a 3-second penalty. These are very well accomplished drivers, and we seem to have a restructure of the timings, so we do have the correct timings as it is. The Farf first, followed by that guy Draper, Quad Duty 3rd, Rocket in 4th, Harris in 5th, Thomas in 6th, Iron Knight in 7th, Nismo in 8th, Cairo in 9th, Benjamin in 10th, the Maverick in 11th, Jason Woodhouse in 12th, oh, there was a nice little switch there, Correct Savant is now in 12th, with Jason Woodhouse in 13th, Stead 6th, is in 15th, he had a good start but had to come into the pits. Heffy in 16th, Apex in 17th, Carter in 18th, Rayner in 19th, and LH44 in 20th. Now, this is just early days, early moments in the race, so I am sure that this will not be reflected on the last standings. But I can see that Farf has got a bit of a gap now from that guy Draper. And as we see them coming into the same section, we can see that guy Farf has actually got a big gap, and I'm going to flick through the pack just to see if we can see any close battles brewing. It looks like these three, Iron Knight, Nismo and Kyra, are all within a second of each other, so we can see battles here. The DRS will become helping out those ones in the rear to make that gap smaller. So I'm just watching over Kyra as he closes down Nismo, who indeed is closing down on Iron Knight. And we can see that Apex has made a move on Heffy. Let's see what's going on here. See the battles issues, and Heffy's going back. Heffy's not giving up without a fight. Is he going to make a dive into the inside of this corner, or is he going to wait up for that DRS zone that comes off the turn 3? It's nice and tight behind Apex. A little bit of a slip, opens up the gap. Oh, but it's Apex that's got the DRS. He must have been behind Heffy to get that DRS. I've just seen Quad Duty there with a time penalty with multiple warnings. That would be cutting corners at some areas, probably through the S-bends. So it seems like Apex has opened up a bit of a gap already to Heffy. So let's see if there's another battle. Looks like Nismo's closing in on Iron Knight. Let's get back into that battle and see how it's going. And if I'm right, I've just seen a safety car on the road. This surely will pack up the bunch. Yep, Heffy has slowed down quite a lot. So this is a yellow flag. The safety car is out. Let's bring up the telemetry. See, the pack was quite spread out after the first 5 laps. So this is actually going to bring them all back up close together, where we can see more battles ensuing. So I would like to see a lot more battling from these guys. So if you are just tuning in now, you can see that we are still under safety car as the pack does start bunching up. Okay, so everybody knows this is the Mexican Grand Prix. The actual name for the course is the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, named after the racing drivers Ricardo and Pedro Rodriguez. Hermanos, if you actually do watch Breaking Bad, you'll probably pick this up. Hermanos actually just means brothers. So the circuit itself, it consists of 7 corners with 10 10 corners to the right and 7 to the left. Corners to watch out for is for the battles is you approach the corner turns 1, turns 4, 12, and then you do have some battles between 13 and 17 if they are tight. Now this course itself is classed as a medium rated course. It is a tough course at parts, but other parts it's quite flowing, so it does have a nice mix. I'm just bringing up some details and some information regarding this. And the circuit has been running since 1963. With the oval circuit being there from 1962. So it's quite a lot of so it's got quite a bit of steep history. So what most people don't realise is this this course was actually made by a student. It was designed by a student who actually thought about the corners and the actually thrill of the races. So it's a young person that came up with this, which is a fantastic feat, because usually with designs of courses they tend to stick with accomplished racing engineers. So now if you look at focusing on our racing right now, we do have the safety car going in. Farf is bringing the pack tight, and he pushes the pedal down to the metal, and he's off. Open up a gap already. We've got a 5-second penalty for Jason Woodhouse, and the pack is mixing up very quickly. We do have Rocco, who's gone into the pits. It's a very unfortunate time to be going into the pits. But he's back out. He's not lost as much time as I anticipated. But the front pack is now hitting to turn 4 as he's just approaching turn 1. So he has got some work to do to catch up. So Thomas now in second, is close and tight or far. Iron Knight producing for that guy Draper. So these have dropped around quite a bit. Farf is still holding on to that lead, and it's going to be a tough battle to shift them off at the moment, but I do believe Thomas has got it in him. We have Maverick, Greg Savant, who's sitting in 6th and 7th. These two drivers are very competitive, are very quick. I do like to get stuck into the battles. We've got Jason Woodhouse, who's jumped up to 7th, as Greg Savant has gone into the pits. Now Jason Woodhouse is a highly aggressive technical driver, and he is really quick. Once he gets to the flow, he is quick. And we have a retirement already with Rayner. Rayner is out. I'm sure we'll find out what happened there. So Bagos is in the pits. Let's see what's going on here. And it's a front wing. Quite a few front wings have gone off at the moment. So we have the drivers at the back. So correct Savant, Rocker, Cairo and Heffy are putting some serious pace in to try and close these gaps. Benjamin Cardiff is closing in on L844. So we're going to have a look at the changes, position changes. So Thomas and Iron Knight have fought their way up, and they have up to 10 places. Mavericks is moved up 8, and Nismo has moved up 8. So these are high rises. Unfortunately, we have drivers going the other way. which is Rocker, who's dropped down 14 places, and Carter, who's dropped down 5. Now this, like I said, we're on lap 10 at the moment. We have another 26 to go, and this could all change. We've got the pit stops to come in, possibility of 3 more driver errors, bringing in some more wing changes, and battles will go galore. As you can see right now, the Galaxy Draper is less than 5 tenths behind Gucci, who is less than 5 tenths behind Iron Knight. This battle is going to be epic if these drivers are all putting their shifts in. They are all quick. These are all pole fighters. And Benjamin Cardiff has made a move on LH44. He's pushed himself into 13th, and he's still battling hard. He is closing down Apex. The midfield battle is very, very tight. It's 2 seconds between Nismo and Benjamin Cardiff. I'd say it's a tight gap. All these drivers, it's just like a road train. It's a convoy of F1 cars just thundering through the stadium section. So now we do have the pit window open for the medium tyre strategy. That is a 2-stop strategy. A lot of these drivers would be on that strategy unless they start them hard and push a very long stint to go and finish on mediums. So with this course, it is one of those courses that has a mixed flow of the tight corners, the hairpins, the long straights, and the flowing corners. At this moment, we have got another 3-second penalty for Iron Knight for multiple warnings. Again, another person just going a bit wide or a bit too tight on some corners. Very easy to do. So the current layout, as you can see, is been the layout since 2015. Now the section you're seeing now, the stadium section, was introduced in 1992. Now with that, it just turns such a whole race from being more of an oval, fast pace to quite a bit of a technical section. Closes up those packs and changes, gives those technical drivers a chance. And we've got right on Benjamin Cardiff right now. I am actually going to jump onto his TV pod. I want to see how close he's actually getting. Oh, and Iron Knight's dropped down. Oh, I wonder what happened there. We must have lost it in turn 3. That's unfortunate because Iron Knight was doing so well. He's back down to where he started. I'm sure he's going to fail. And we've got a 3-second penalty for Cairo for multiple warnings. So as you can see, they are clipping the double apex hairpin at the top. He is so tight to Nismo. He is just looking for one mistake, and he's braked a bit too hard there and gave a bit of a distance to Nismo. Let's see what Nismo has gone wide. It's gone wide. This is unfortunate for Nismo, but fortunate for Benjamin Cardiff. Apex closing in on Harris, who is closing in on Carter P. Harris, I'm going to ride on board because I'm sure he's going to get the DRS and try and make a move on Carter on this lap. Carter's gone into the pits. It'll be another front wing change, or is this a scheduled pit stop? We'll find out now. As you can see, he's coming in, and it's a scheduled pit stop. He's going onto the hard tyres, and let's see. So if you see, a lot of drivers have made their pit stop. We've got Farf, Thomas, the Maverick, and Iron Knight still to the pit, or we've got Iron Knight in the pits now. And the tyres that they're on, like so, Farf and Thomas are pretty much on the free section, so they're on 12 laps and 9 mediums. That guy drove the country team on 6 lap old mediums, so they must have been, they were on softs earlier, so they must have went into the pit area and got that changed. That means they've got another stop to do on the strategy. Jason Woodhouse with a 9 lap old hard tyres, so he may have had a wing change by the looks of it. Stat 6, who is so close to Jason Woodhouse. I'm expecting a move to happen. They're both on the same age tyres. And right behind them we've got the Maverick. Oh, and we've got 36 moved up, and Jason Woodhouse is coming to the pits. He's for 11 lap old hard tyres. He did go to pit very early in the race, and it does look like he's actually slowly catching up with Todd. Bagos is being lapped. We see that we've got 4 drivers out already. So Bagos, Nismo, Cairo and Reyna are all out. Unfortunately that's 4 good drivers now no longer competing in our this race today, which means that Iron Knight is stone dead last. I'm going to ride on board with Far for a moment. He is 4 seconds clear of Thomas, both on 13 lap old tyres, and we are expecting him to be pitting very soon. Thomas is closing up that gap. He's not far behind. It's fluctuating between 4 and 3 seconds. That guy Draper is hounding the back of Thomas. He will pounce when Thomas makes an error or tyres fall away. But Farf's in the pits. Farf has gone into the pits now, so he's given up his lead. Gone onto fresh tyres, and I'm sure that Thomas is going to be following right behind him. And that was a nice move by that guy Draper, but the battle is not over yet. Oh, and Thomas has squeezed back through, gone round the outside of turn 3. Fantastic move by Thomas. So coming into turn 4 right now, this battle is amazing. It's very tight close. Turn 5. Onto turn 6 here, double apex hairpin. And in front of him is the S-bends. So we've got Quadruti who is sitting in third. He does have a time penalty, and I'm sure he'd like to get that wiped in the next pit, use that pit to get rid of that and be on an even keel for the finish. Step 6 is 7 seconds behind Quadruti, closing that gap. Slowly, surely he will be closing that gap. Let's go down to Farf, who's now on fresh soft tyres. So he'll be doing a middle stint on this soft tyre, and then possibly going on to another medium set afterwards. So the middle stint is quite crucial. You have to make sure that you're hitting the best time you can, give you the best options when you get onto your final stint. The one pit stop is all about that one pit, where you've got 2 pits to work out what is the best. And these drivers are, in round 20, they are capable of doing that. So I'm going to bring up the details regarding the championship and see where our drivers will be at the end of it. And as we do that, we'll carry on riding on board Farf, because it's either Maverick's going to make a move on Harris, or Farf is going to take Maverick. And it looks like Farf has made his move on the inside with Maverick, and it's a nice clean move. I'm just going to. Maverick is on 15 lap old hard tyres, so he is. So Farf was always going to get the traction on him with fresh soft. And Harris is looks like Harris is going to be battling all the way to the finish line with Farf right behind him, because it is so hard to overtake. Oh, it's Farf with a multiple warning. That is unfortunate. Gone a bit wide, and he would have to give that place back to Harris, which he has done with this fantastic sportsmanship. But he's back on it straight away and makes a legal overtake. And Carter has got another 3-second penalty. This is for multiple warnings, so more corner cutting. Oh, Harris has got the lead on Farf. This is a little bit of wheel tapping, tight battling. Both drivers are quite respectful to each other and very tight. That's what as they go into turn 4 and 5. off, taking it a little bit slower, looking for the perfect exit, and he does. Down turn 6, and he's made that move. Sealed it in. 1 lap old soft tyres against 10 lap old mediums. No real contest. He is now locking in his sights onto Stead, who is just on the horizon, and he's going to be catching him up very soon. Through the castle, the stadium section, onto the home straight. Stead 6 within his line. He is under a second behind him. He is catching very quickly. These soft tyres are going to be a lot quicker than the hard tyres. So currently at the moment we have Thomas, who's currently sitting on there in position 8. He is now on the hard tyres. I think he's going to push them to the end. So we won't be expecting another pit from Thomas. But he sits in lead on the leaderboard with 283. LH for Williams is on 230. With Stead 6 with the racing points with 218. He's only 12 points behind LH, and if things stand as they are, that will severely drop. Rayner is in 4th with 151. That's unfortunate because he's no longer in this race. With Rocker in 5th, just 2 points behind. So he could be if Rocker stays where he is, he'll be joined on points with Rayner. With Apex in 6th with 139. Now Apex is currently outside of the points at the moment. That could change, but at the moment that would not make any difference to his position right now. See, our current leader, Farth, who is currently on 26 points. This is his second race with this league. He has not he's on a newest driver to this league, so he is showing that he is a full runner. But he has this race and 2 other races left to go. Could see him pushing in to the top 10 if he carries on the way he is performing right now, which is very, very well. And we do have another penalty for Harris for multiple warnings. I am not too sure whether this is on the same corners that everybody's losing time on, but it does seem like it's quite repetitive that people are cutting corners at certain areas, whether they are going wide some corners or just trying to just bring it in a bit too quick. So the construction standings at the moment are Red Bull Racing on 259, followed closely by Williams Racing at 262, Racing Point 237, McLaren at 234, and Mercedes at 5th with 230. That's a very close battle. That's 7 points between 3rd and 5th. Ferrari with 200, AlphaTauri with 136, Haas and Renault on 40, and Alfa Romeo on 29. As you can see, these drivers are up and down. We've got both of our Alfa Romeos are out of the race, so they will not be improving. But we do have one Renault battling it with a McLaren. Our Haas's are sitting in 10th and 11th, so they'll be getting 1 point. That would push them away from Renault. Our front runners at the moment is that guy Draper with 8 seconds in front of Farth. Now these both have got a switched up tyre strategy, so that guy Draper started on the softs, he's now on the mediums. Farf started on the mediums, he's now on the softs. Farf pitted roughly about lap 14 on his medium tyres, so we will be looking at that guy Draper pitting very soon. Times are coming down and Farf is catching quickly. Quadriti sitting in third is on mediums, again he is on a similar strategy as that guy Draper. And then we've got Stead 6. Now we do look like there's been a bit of a connection issue with Quadriti, who is dropping places. That's unfortunate. See if we can get, see if he's able to get back into in front connection and get back into the fight. LH44 is slowly and surely catching up to the front of the pack. And Harris making his moves through the stadium section. So I'm just going to have a quick look into the race director as the car that we are riding on board goes into the pits. So incident, let's say, so we had a jump start for Heffy at the beginning, which I completely missed. Severe collisions on the first lap, which is usual first corner problems. But as I'm looking, it is exceeding track limits is the major problem for this track. There was a severe collision between a Haas and a Ferrari on lap 7. Speed in the pit lane for Carter. A lot of warnings for exceeding track limits. So penalties at the moment. Heffy and Carter with the highest with 12 and 11 respectively. And we've just watched Harris making his moves on Iron Knight to get back into the points. Now Harris is on fresh mediums and Iron Knight tyres are on 8 laps old. So they're halfway through their life stint, so still got plenty of grip. Oh, there's a little bit of touch on the wheels, and that is Harris spun out. Now that will go to the stewards at one point. They will have a look into that and see how that happened and how it could have been avoided, which is most important. And as we see, Rocker is in the pits. Now Rocker is on a 16 lap old hards. And he's back out on mediums. Is he going to push these mediums to the end? I do believe he will do. So let's see how the stop there. Maverick doing an absolute amazing stint on these hard tyres. He still hasn't pitted yet. He is 7 seconds behind the front 4 and 6.5 seconds above the guy behind. Carter is surely not going to pit, but he's up with him on 19 lap old hards. So if Maverick's going to make this pit, he is going to have to switch onto a softer compound and put in a stint of his lifetime to get back up to where he is. And Heffy has moved wide for the following pack. Let's see if there's any battles ensuing. And Harris seems to be the closest to a racer, which is LH44. He is roughly about 1 second behind him, and he is in the points, so that is fantastic. Another penalty for correct savant, for multiple warnings. So I'm going to drop right down to Quadriti at the moment, because he is sitting on 50. He was a front runner, and unfortunately he is not able to take it, and Heffy has gone wide. I think he is allowing cars to pass him, which is very fair and fair, and he has spun out he might be having a problem with it if they put his foot down too hard there, in that car. That guy Draper on 18 medium tyres for 18 laps. Now fourth is less than 2 seconds behind on mediums. I know those softs. I know softs will be wearing thin. Now, I do believe fourth might end up finishing on a set of softs by the way this is going, and that guy Draper will be looks like he will be following. Could be opening the door to Thomas. They are 18 seconds in front, so that's going to be a tight finish battle between the front three. Apex is 16 seconds behind Thomas on a little bit older hard tyres, and he's got Stead, who's behind him by 3 seconds, closing in with those softer tyres. Now, these fresh soft tyres, are they enough to get to the end? I am not too sure. I will not be able to answer that. Oh, I would like to hear all your points. Oh, we've got a move on the front. Oh, it was that guy Draper has gone into pits, put on his softs, and so has Farf. So this is going to be a final battle. I think I'm going to be sticking on this, because this is going to be a great battle to the end, because Thomas has just gone first. We've got 11 laps to go, and it's still anybody's race. And Farf has had a great exit from the pits. Fantastic. He has took over that guy Draper very quickly, and he is going on the hunt for Thomas. So riding on board, we can see he's 1.3 seconds behind Thomas, closing that down very quickly. He is almost within that second barrier, and he is now. So the next DRS zone he hits, he will be getting a massive boost. And we've been watching this overtake happen. It's going to happen. Get it on a nice angle. Is it going to happen in the stadium section? Sorry. And it's a switch back, and it is. It's very nicely done. That's a fantastic overtake by Thomas. Let's see if that guy Draper can follow suit. He is right behind Thomas, coming down the home straight. And Thomas going wide, opens the door, no battle in there. Thomas knew there wasn't going to be a chance to take a hold of that position at that moment. He can still get it back. These tyres have got to last 10 more laps to the finish. So I'm just going to jump down to LH44, which I believe Stead is. Looks like he might be struggling on those soft tyres at the moment, because LH44 is nearly closing down at points. Going down to Iron Knight, who's on 13 lap old mediums. He should be coming in soon for a set of softs, because these mediums are not going to last that much longer. Harris on 4 lap old mediums, that'll be him to the finish. Maverick's gone on to soft tyres, with a lock up there in turn 5. They may last. There's quite a few lockups there from the Maverick. That is going to take a toll out on those tyres. Hopefully they'll be able to last to the end. Rocker, 3 lap old mediums. He's going to the finish on those tyres, and he's got 8 seconds to close down. Jason Woodhouse on 5 lap old mediums is closing that gap down by the looks of it. Carter is right behind Jason. They are battling for the last position, and it's another switch. That's a nice clean overtake between the two teammates. Jason Woodhouse defending against Apex, and it looks like the two Hasses are working together, but they were going to stop that Mercedes from getting 11th. The Mercedes is now closing in on Carter, who does have a little bit of a sliding out in that last corner. He is opening up the gap. Another penalty for Greg Savant. Let's have a look at these. Let's go with his fastest lap. Fastest lap is that guy Draper. That is a bonus point for him. That's a fantastic time for a lap. 116.5. Absolutely brilliant. Nearest one would be far for the 116.9, but that is still a bit of a difference. And it looks like Apex has taken that final point from the Haas. So we have a rundown of time difference from the leader. We have that guy Draper 2.3 seconds off the lead. Thomas 6.7, and it looks quite stable at 6.7. And that looked like that was the Haas that went wide there in that corner. 21 seconds for Stead 6. So if Val had to pit, which I doubt that it was going to happen, that will happen, he's got a good chance of being at least third. LH44 is 23 seconds behind, and Harris at 31. The spaces, and it looks like Iron Knight is falling. Oh, Iron Knight is one of the pits. Now he's on softs. Iron Knight now on softs. He will be looking to close those gaps down and get back into the points. He's basically put the Haas of Carter back into the point scoring position, and he has got a bit of work to do on these last 7 laps to get that done. Now with all these drivers now, they are a lot of good quality from these drivers. So Correct Savant is behind Quadruti by 8 seconds, and he is closing it down. So he might be able to do it by the time he gets to the end. So this time difference between that guy Draper and Farf is quite steady at 2.8. It's roughly about that. And Thomas seems to be drifting off a little bit with 7.2. Am I safe to say that these positions may be standing like this until the end? Because they are matching each other's pace. I think Farf is a bit quicker than that guy Draper at the moment. And Thomas, with those hard tires, is slowly slipping back. Stead has closed down that gap to 13.9 seconds, and if he gets a couple of good laps in and starts hacking at that time, you may see a little battle between himself and Thomas at the end. LH44 with a fantastic drive is closing down that gap by the looks of it. Yeah, it is definitely closing down. It's 1.2, 1.1. So that could be our next battle right there. Or it could be Apex or Rocket, who is almost within that 1 second barrier of Rocker. So we are looking at our screen at the moment. We are looking at the time penalties. So the top 3 have got 3 second penalties, which means that regardless of the positions, to close down the positions, close down the times, they're not going to affect each other. Instead 6, if he cuts down 10 seconds, he could jump Thomas. We've got Harris with a 15-second time penalty. So if he's got a 15-second penalty, that will drop him to 9th, maybe 10th. That's a huge drop, but then we have a 6-second penalty for Apex and a 20-second penalty for Carter, so 23 seconds for Carter now. So that will drop Carter out of the points and possibly right down to 13th, depending whether it overtakes the time penalties on other drivers. Jason Woodhouse on 21 and correct on 15-second penalties. Obviously these we are added on at the end, so initially when they go over the line there will be times added on to these drivers. Now most of this is down to such things as speed in the pit lane or cutting corners. I would like to know which corners they are cutting, but I would suspect it will be off the S-bend. And Iron Knight has made his move on Carter. So Iron Knight is pushing, and we've got a 3-second penalty for Rocker. Rocker and Bingham had a clean drive. I've not had any penalties up till now. So it kind of puts him and Iron Knight on an even keel. So Rocker is right behind Apex. He's within 7/10 of Apex, and it's closing. That gap is closing right down. Let's have a look inside. So there's 4 lap difference. Rocker being on the older tyres, but he's still closed that gap. It must be the exit. He must be getting a nicer exit than Apex. Apex goes a little bit wide in that corner, makes it harder for the next corner, which closes that gap down a little bit more. Rocker is pushing hard, and we're down to our last 4 laps. So let's see where the next battle will be ensuing. So LH is still within that second gap of Stead 6. So it says 1 minute. And Carter has dropped. And can we see why that's happened? I'm just going through. Terminal damage. Oh no. Yeah, cut a corner. Terminal damage. That could be a crash into the wall. That's unfortunate. We will have these drivers making their move. Moves off the table. That's put Benjamin Carden in a point scoring position. On Jason Woodhouse with another 3-second penalty. So that looks like he got that penalty from the stadium corner section. Okay, so we had a safety car. That would have been for Carter crashing out. We've got Heffy that's gone out as well, so that we're down to 14 drivers. I do apologise for not catching that sooner. But yeah, Heffy is out. So the path will close up again. This will lead to a very exciting finish to the race. We have Thomas with another 3-second penalty. So if things don't change from this very moment, Stead 6 will be promoted to first based on penalties alone. He is within 2 seconds off far, and Thomas has made the move on the inside of turn 1 and has started opening up that gap already. The Farf has made a 1.2 second gap. From that guy Draper. That guy Draper is 1.2 seconds in front of Thomas. So it's still quite close, but it looks like these gaps are opening again. Stead 6 looks like these soft tyres are not lasting for him. He is within touching distance, but those tyres are 9 laps old. Thomas and that guy Draper both are pitted in within their safety car. So they're on fresh tyres, so that means this battle between that guy Draper and Farf is going to be right down to the wire from the last lap. So round the bend, and we're now looking at lap 36 or 36. This is going to be a fantastic end, and Jason Woodhouse has picked up another 3-second penalty. That guy Draper is within 6 tenths of Farf with fresh soft tyres.
Yes.
And going into turn 4, and they are so close to this. I am not leaving this unless LH has put a move on Harris. He is on fresh soft, he's now up to 5th. But Harris is not going to let that go. That is a fantastic move by LH to get into that position. He is going to be hunting down to see if he can make any difference to Stead 6, which with a 3-second gap is unlikely. We've got that guy Draper looking in for a move on Farf. This has got to happen on this lap. Harris has got a 3-second penalty. Jason Woodhouse has left the session. Harris is out. That looks like a terminal damage. He's dropping down the pack. He's out. And right near the finish, we have Farf, followed by that guy Draper. Thomas is in 4th. Stead 6 has jumped up to 2nd with the time penalties fixed on that guy Draper and Thomas. LH 4-4 has got into 4th. Wow, that's amazing. Penalties do make a big difference, as we've seen. LH 4-4 was sitting in 5th and he's got a position on 4th. Stead 6 is on the podium, 2nd step of the podium to be fact. We've got Iron 96, Apex in 7th, Rocker in 8th. And that is it, guys. That is the end of that race. I'll go through the standings at the end. And driver of the day, it says on here, is Iron Knight. But I will be honest, I think that guy Draper did a fantastic drive. Unfortunate about the penalties. And here we are now on the podium with our guys, with our drivers. And here we go. We are going to be looking into the times that our drivers have finished on and the positions. So we have Farf in 1st, Stead 6 in 2nd because of penalties. He's got promoted. That guy Draper in 3rd, LH 4-4 promoted again because of penalties to Thomas in 5th, Iron Knight in 6th, Apex in 7th, Rocker in 8th, Maverick in 9th, Benjamin Cardiff in 10th, Harrison 11th, Correct Savant in 12th, Pudgetti 13th, Carter in 14th, Heffy in 15th, Nisbo in 16th, Bagos in 17th, Caro in 18th, Rayner in 19th, and Jason Woodhouse in 20th. Jason Woodhouse was disqualified for too many penalties. We had, in the end, let's see, we had 14 classified finishes. So that's points for most of our drivers who finished the race today. Congratulations to Farf on a 1st place. And we'll see you again at the Brazil circuit next week. Thanks, I've been Gary, and this is Rayner's Racing League. Thanks very much.